Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to the Super Bowl preview on the Wide Eye Sports Podcast. You got Brenner hosting as is every week. We got a full group this week. We got Riley, we got Spoon, we got Dalt, and we got one hell of a Super Bowl coming up. My script was wrong. My script was off. I thought I had the script. I thought I had it figured out. I was wrong. I mean,
you're not the only one. We're all kind of there.
I really thought with the purple and the red, I really thought it was going to be Chiefs Vikings. Like, obviously that was the no brainer that everybody had. But, not everybody. I'll have to watch the game from US Bank Stadium this weekend. It's whatever. I'm just kidding. With that, we have, like I said, one hell of a Super Bowl coming up. We have San Francisco and Kansas City. I'm going to start with, bless you. I'm going to start with the betting line for the game. The betting line for the game is currently sitting at San Francisco minus 1.5. Do you like or dislike that, Spoon?
I would probably take that line.
For San Francisco or Kansas City?
For San Francisco.
Oh, you got San Fran winning it.
I do have San Fran winning it.
Ooh, spoilers.
Sorry. I don't hate it, though. I think that, 2 points can go either way. So it's like it's basically kind of just like a money line.
Yeah, it's basically a pick 'em without being a pick 'em, which is weird to me.
It's as close
real safe bet.
Can be, yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna jump into winners and losers then. Riley, who you got? Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna take the Niners. Now these last couple weeks, they've shown an ability to come back that I don't think they've shown before. And I think it gives them a little bit of confidence knowing if they're in a hole early, they can make it back. But just to rewind for a second, back to the betting lines in Missouri, for the audience that doesn't know, sports gambling is not legal yet. I know people driving to other states to take advantage of this and place money on the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, you see it online all the time. You'll see there's a bunch of cars waiting at, like, the first exit in Kansas because they can get over there, make their bets, then hop right back over to Missouri.
Yeah.
So
always
dumb.
Funny.
Legalize sports betting everywhere. Stop being
I
dumb.
think so. Most of us are just going to – you don't have to make a casino or build a casino for it. We can just do all online.
Do it on your phone. Dalt, who you got?
I gotta go with the Chiefs, man. Pat Mahomes is just too good. Brock Purdy getting to the Super Bowl in his second full year as a starter is pretty crazy. But I don't know, man. I just don't think they have what it takes. Patrick Mahomes just has that will, that fire in his heart to do everything and anything that he possibly can to win every game that he plays, especially when it's all on the line, man. He is definitely on track to be 100% goated. So we'll see how these next few years play out, but I definitely got the Chiefs.
He's definitely got the team behind him, and he definitely has the NFL behind him as well. So
and the coach.
Lots of money with Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl.
So I have on paper the Niners are twice the team that the Chiefs are, and I am still gonna go Kansas City. I have bet against Patrick Mahomes at every turn this season, and
this
you
in the ass.
This is it's the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl again. They're going to go back. We're going to have the first back-to-back Super Bowl champion in 20 years. And here's what it boils down to.
Is it really that long? I thought the Patriots did that.
Yeah, in 2002.
Oh, damn.
It's been 20 years, my guy.
So I was like, I swear to God, didn't the Patriots do that like in 2002? Oh,
20 years ago, my guy.
We're getting old.
Riley was one. Riley was being born the season the Patriots won the Super Bowl in back-to-back seasons. So that's the thing. So here's the thing. Here's what it boils down to more than anything. Okay, Kirk Cousins. beat
it always boils back.
It always comes back.
Beat the San Francisco 49ers. He lost to Patrick Mahomes. Cousins curse. It's real. It's going to happen. Guys, watch. Patrick Mahomes is going to win the Super Bowl. It's all thanks to Kirk Cousins. All right, no, I'm just kidding. I'm picking Kansas City because I think that their defense is playing unstoppable right now. And there's only been 4 defenses in NFL history to hold teams to less points per game. Or no, there's only been 3 defenses in NFL history. They are the 4th through a playoff run. And each of those other defenses won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that was the 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens, and the 13 Seahawks.
I mean, that Chiefs defense is playing spectacular this whole playoff. But I'm looking at this 49ers offense. There's just so many weapons they have to key in on.
Absolutely.
It's like, do we believe that they're going to be able to stop them, hold them to like 13, 14 points? No, I don't think so at all.
I don't think that. I think they could hold them to 21 points. I think that gets them a win.
I think the Niners put up more points than that this week.
I mean, here's my thing. I just don't see a world in which Patrick Mahomes isn't holding the Lombardi Trophy. Like when I envision the Super Bowl, all I can see is Patrick Mahomes holding up the Lombardi. That's it. That's all I can see. I can't see a world in which Brock Purdy is holding it up. And Kyle Shanahan, I said they were going to lose to Detroit in the championship round because of Kyle Shanahan, and Kyle Shanahan proved me wrong. He came out, he was down early. I was like, typical Kyle Shanahan. I think I even sent a group text. Here's a fucking Shanahan classic. Here's what he fucking does. And he ends up coming back. They end up coming back down in the 4th quarter and make a spectacular return, so that is what it is. But Kansas City went out against Baltimore and said Lamar Jackson is not going to. Anybody else can beat us. Anybody. We'll let anybody else beat us, but it will not be Lamar. We will die stopping Lamar, and we will let anybody else beat us, and nobody else on the Ravens could do anything to stop him. The fucking Zay Flowers fumbled on the goal line. Like, it's just not. Kansas City has played 2 teams, the last 2 teams they played, where it's kind of a one-man army, right? One-man wrecking crew, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And this is very different. But I see their defense getting it done. I trust that defense, and I think Kansas City runs away with it. I have the paper stats here. We'll run through those real quick. You have the San Francisco 49ers. They are 3rd in points for. Kansas City is 15th. You have points against. San Francisco is 3rd, allowing 17.5 points per game. Kansas City is 2nd, allowing 17.3 points per game. Both of those 2nd and 3rd to the Baltimore Ravens. You have 12-5 in San Francisco, 11-6 in Kansas City. Very similar. So, Pro Sports Reference has a football page, has a basketball page, has all these different pages. But on their football page, they have a stat called Simple Rating System. And what it does is it takes the average point differential of your game and your strength of schedule and weighs them against each other, with 0.0 meaning you are an average team. So the 49ers ranked 2nd in this simple rating system. The Kansas City Chiefs ranked 7th in this simple rating system. So throughout the course of the year, Kansas City was the 7th best team. San Francisco was the 2nd. I mean, not really huge surprise there. I don't think anybody would argue that necessarily. Strength of schedule wise, very similar. The Chiefs had a negative 0.78 strength of schedule. So on average, they played a team that was 3/4 of a team worse than them. And the Niners had a 0.4 strength of schedule, meaning on average, they played a team that they were half a game better than, basically. So very similar overall schedules, very similar overall team rankings. And then positionally, right? We have quarterback. I think everybody agrees that the Niners obviously probably have the better quarterback, but we'll just give it to the Chiefs for now. We'll just kind of give it to them so they get one. But as far as running back, receiver go, we're giving those to the Niners. Tight end here. Kittle had the better season, Obviously, Kelsey's the more accomplished, better career tight end. But right now, I would take George Kittle. Kelsey turned it on as of late, but for the majority of the year, Kittle has been and is the better tight end right now. Playing better, I should say. So I'm going to give them a 0.1 edge in tight end, but basically a draw. O-line, I'm going to go San Francisco. Does anybody
I don't disagree with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
D-line, I'm calling that a wash. Both have great D-lines. Maybe you give it to San Francisco.
Maybe with Bosa on that line, I would probably give the edge to San Francisco.
Chris Jones, dude. Chris Jones is a fucking animal.
I called it they kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah,
you think they cancel each other out? Okay.
I call it a wash. Linebacker, I gave to San Francisco. Cornerback, I gave to Kansas City.
Yep.
L'Jarius
Sneed, yep.
All in out. Safety, I went back to San Francisco. And then special teams, I gave to Kansas City. I think Kansas City special teams, if you look at their EVAs and expected points and all these other metrics at Kansas City has been positive all season. San Francisco has been very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. So right there, you have 1, 2, 3 and a wash for Kansas City. Everything else goes to San Francisco. So huge advantage.
Who would you give coaching to?
Oh, Kansas City.
Kansas City. Absolutely. There's no question.
We got that coming up, so don't worry.
Well, I was gonna say, is it too early to ask you guys who your MVP?
So that's at the end. Hold on.
That's at the end. Okay. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, we got that. We got that coming up. Don't jump too far.
All right. I'm just curious, man. I want to make sure it's on the fucking sheet. That's it, dude.
I forget a couple top 10s, and you think I just don't know what I'm fucking doing. No, I'm just kidding. So then I have run defense. San Francisco ranked 3rd. Kansas City ranked 18th throughout the season. Now, I think they've played a lot better as of late, but that is a weak spot.
Can I add on to that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I saw this stat, and it was the Niners run the highest percentage of zone runs in the NFL.
Hold on real quick. For those of you listening at home, if you don't know what a zone run is, power and zone are the two running schemes for the majority of the NFL. Zone, think more like a Dalvin Cook, a LaShawn McCoy, out of the shotgun hitting zones, versus a power running scheme is a Derrick Henry and Adrian Peterson downhill, hitting the line of scrimmage hard, north and south runner. But continue.
The Chiefs' defense was, I believe, 30th in yards allowed to inside run.
Inside zone runs?
Yeah, inside zone runs, yes.
Okay.
So I think that Christian McCaffrey is going to play a huge role in this if the Niners do win.
Yes, fair enough.
I mean, I think so as well. I mean, obviously you have probably the best running back in the NFL on your team. You need to use them and make sure that they do utilize them. And if the run game gets stopped early in this game, Kyle Shanahan can't just move on from it and just pass the ball for the rest of the game. He has to stick to the run game to get, because McCaffrey will break out every once in a while. And I see McCaffrey breaking out for, I don't know, maybe
see him having
1 or
2
2
touchdowns in this game.
You see him having 2? Okay. Well, I have him like, I definitely see him breaking out for like a couple, like maybe a 40-yard run easily. Like
I can see that.
Huge play.
Absolutely. I can see him having a 40-yarder. I can see him having another touchdown, like a sweep to the edge, getting in off the pylon, and then either Debo or George Kittle getting a touchdown in there too. Back of the end zone, maybe an Ayuk touchdown.
Because that Chiefs defense is going to come out right off the bat and try to just stop that run. And
yeah, absolutely.
If the Niners win, they're going to have to keep going to Christian McCaffrey and make sure that they initialize.
I think the Chiefs are going to come out, look across the sideline at Shanahan and go, make Brock Purdy beat us. I fucking dare you. Make Brock Purdy beat us. So as that goes, passing defenses. The San Francisco 49ers ranked 8th, whereas Kansas City ranked 4th, as we gave the cornerbacks to Kansas City. Sacks. The Niners ranked 9th with 48 total sacks, whereas the Kansas City Chiefs ranked 2nd with 57 sacks, almost 60 sacks this season. Quarterback knockdown, so hits on the quarterback, right? San Francisco went from 9th to 4th 9th in sacks, 4th in total QB knockdowns with 62. Kansas City ranked behind them at 6th with only 60 quarterback knockdowns. So if Kansas City's getting to the quarterback, it's usually a sack. And San Francisco gets there, gets a lot of hits, puts a lot of pressure, but teams get the ball out quick against San Francisco. So
that's the thing too. Like Mahomes is not going to be like San Francisco is going to try to bring all the pressure on Mahomes.
Yeah.
But with Mahomes, obviously Super Bowl MVP, like it's going to take a lot to ruffle his feathers a little bit. But with Brock Purdy, with this being his first Super Bowl, that's the Chiefs' game plan. I think right from the start, they're going to try to rattle Brock Purdy up a little bit, get some pressure on him, make him just make some stupid decisions right off the bat. And,
I agree. I have the next category, and this is an underrated stat that most people don't really look at when it comes to team success, but missed tackles on the defense. San Francisco is 2nd with 69 total missed tackles, and Kansas City is 6th with 76 total missed tackles. So that's a big deal. You can't be missing tackles in the Super Bowl. You can't have sloppy defense out there. So
that's where those big plays start coming out.
Yep, exactly. Yards after the catch. It really hurts defenses can hurt you with yards after the catch, or offenses can hurt you with yards after the catch if you start missing tackles left and right, especially against the Niners. That will not end well for you.
No.
So you got to be on your A game. Next up is quarterback rating allowed, and San Francisco was 4th with a 79.6, and Kansas City was 8th with an 83.6. So pretty comparable there, right in the low 80s, high 70s region. Pretty similar. And then you have the number 2 defense and the number 3 defense in scoring, which is total touchdowns allowed. San Francisco allowed 31, Kansas City allowed 32, and oddly enough, those will be there probably one. I think that will be the draft pick order of 31 and 32. So we'll see. But all in all, I mean, on that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those last defensive categories we just named go to the Niners, whereas 2 go to the Chiefs. So, like I said, on paper, this is Dalton, you're Darth Vader in your mic a little bit, bud. On paper, this is a Kansas City gets smacked around by Big Brother game, but it's fucking Patrick Mahomes, man. I've doubted this dude all season. He's gonna win the Super Bowl for the 3rd time in his career, and we are going to see.
Don't speak it into existence, dude.
We are going to see an unprecedented start to a career that nobody. I mean, short of Joe Montana, I think Montana is the closest we can get to this start. And Mahomes it's like if Dan Marino had Joe Montana's accolades.
Almost an identical start. Like they in the
first. I meant like accolades. What so 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards first season as a starter, and getting to Super Bowls. That's what I meant by that. Sorry.
Mahomes wins this Super Bowl. Is he better than Brady?
No.
Got a little while to go. He's on the path. I mean, but he's still got a little while.
This is the best trajectory any quarterback has ever had, without question. And if he retired after this season, he would go into the Hall of Fame, no question.
No question,
but
he probably would.
That being said, everybody. So I was going to bring this up a little later, but I'll bring it up right now. Everybody likes to give Tom Brady crap for his first 3 Super Bowls. Well, he was carried by those great New England defenses. Like, what did you?
They weren't that good.
Well, no, they were good.
They were good. Okay, they were good, but they weren't as good as what everybody says that they are.
But Patrick Mahomes has had a top 10 defense in 4 of his first 6 years starting. Like, Patrick Mahomes is never, outside of last year they were 15th overall defense, but they played way better in the playoffs than they did in the regular season, but technically not a top 10 defense. But Patrick Mahomes has, outside of 1 season as a starter, never had to, put up a bajillion yards just to win. Now, his first season as a starter, he did, and that's why he had 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards, because every game he had to. But as a Super Bowl champion, pretty much he's had a defense and weapons backing him at every turn. He's never had to go, well, God, I hope my 24th overall defense holds up in the Super Bowl. Like, he's never had to do that. So
is this his best defenses he's had?
Oh yeah, without question. This is the best.
I'm just making sure that
defense he's had.
That's where I'm at.
I would say this is the most he's struggled as an offense. I think last year's offense was worse than this year's for him, but I think this is the most he has personally struggled on offense in his career. That defense is something to behold right now, the way they're playing, and unless they come out and it's a different defense that shows up, I don't see a way San Francisco beats them. I mean, San Francisco has shown they're beatable. They're not invincible. They lost to Baltimore. They lost 3 straight. They're beatable. They lost to the Rams. Like, they can be beat. Kansas City, the way they look right now, different team than we saw all year. This is the same San Francisco team we saw all year. This is a different Kansas City team than we saw all year. That every week 17 back, that's a different team. I haven't seen that team in a month. This team looks like fucking the real fucking deal. So I am gonna say that, hear me out. This is gonna sound crazy, but if you're gonna, I want to hear some answers. If you're gonna stop somebody on Kansas City's offense other than Patrick Mahomes, who are you gonna stop?
Travis Kelce and Pacheco.
Travis Kelce, Riley.
Yeah,
Kelce.
Yep, they're gonna stop Travis Kelce. They're gonna. San Francisco is gonna be like, all right, we gotta play some man coverage, hit Patrick Mahomes, and double team Kelce. That's how we're gonna stop them. And Rashid Rice is gonna have a field day.
Yeah,
they have. Throughout the entire season, they have made him a focal point of the offense. They have tried to get him the ball. They have pushed the ball on him. They have made him ready for the moment. And Rice is going to win Super Bowl MVP. You heard it.
Wow.
Wow. He's going to have a $150 and 2 tuds, and he's going to win Super Bowl MVP.
Wow.
That's my
Has
MVP.
Anyone done that all year against the Niners?
That's a crazy take. That's a hot take, Brenner. That's a hot take.
Hot take central. Riley, who you got as your Super Bowl MVP?
I'm going to go CMC. I've got the Niners winning it, and I think Christian McCaffrey's going to tear up this defense.
Tear it up.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to be able to stop Travis Kelce. I think he has 3 touchdowns in this game.
Oh, God.
3 touchdowns.
Hot takes flying around.
Hot take.
Hot
take.
You got your hot takes here. Get your hot takes.
But anyway, so you got CMC, Riley?
Yep.
All right. So
Kelce. Spoon, who you got with your Super Bowl?
So
someone's got to pick a quarterback. I mean,
well, that's where I was going to go with this. So I have the Niners winning as well, obviously. I see CMC having a big game, but I also see Brock Purdy airing it out to CMC, to Ayuk, to
the wealth.
Debo. He's got to Kittle. He's got all the weapons. He's going to get everybody theirs, and Brock Purdy is going to end up being the Super Bowl MVP.
Mr. Irrelevant MVP.
Mr. Irrelevant MVP.
I would love to see that on it. Like,
I think it'd be great. It's a great fucking story. That's why I have the Niners winning.
Great story. I mean, I tell people all the time, people who hate Tom Brady, people who are jealous of Tom Brady, who hate on him, I tell people all the time, if I gave you a movie script and you read this movie script, and in this script you read that this 6th round pick would go on to become the greatest player to ever touch a football field, you'd be like, oh my God, this is the greatest story of all time. How could anybody not like this guy?
Yeah.
But instead, because he wins and because he's good, people hate him. And now, it's kind of starting to happen to Patrick Mahomes a little bit. Like, everybody loved Mahomes when he was going against Brady, right? And Brady would beat him. They'd be like, damn it, we wanted to see somebody else in the Super. We hate, fuck Tom Brady. But now,
listen,
Patrick
man.
Mahomes
So all of us grew up in Missouri. So all of our friends are all Chiefs fans.
Yep,
I don't hate Patrick Mahomes by any means, especially after that Netflix special that they came out. Well, you saw the Netflix special that they did with those quarterbacks, right? With Kirk Cousins.
No, I didn't see he was on a Netflix special?
Yeah, there was that QB. You didn't see that, dude? Dude, you got to go to. You got it. Okay. You got to go watch it. So
I binged that whole thing the day it came out.
Okay, I was about to say.
I
I was like, "There's no way you didn't watch it." But anyway, so after watching that, I found that okay, you know what? This Patrick Mahomes is pretty cool. Like I like him a lot. Like he wants to go out there. He is a true leader. Obviously, from watching the Netflix special,
Absolutely.
he is the definition of a leader. You can't hate him after watching that, and I don't hate him.
His wife isn't nearly as annoying as I thought she was.
Yeah, that's true too. I think it's just the people always showing her on camera, just like Taylor Swift. They keep showing her. Like, stop showing her, and there won't be any problems whatsoever. Like, you can show her once, like that's fine. Maybe twice after Kelsey scores a touchdown. It's fine.
Real quick, when Kelsey's doing good, no issue with her being shown. When there's some, I love it for the female audience out there and the fans of Taylor Swift that they can watch a football game and they get to see their favorite star. Like I'm a huge Eminem fan, right? When he was at the Detroit games and they were showing him,
that
I was
was
like,
cool.
Fuck yeah, Eminem. But like, I don't need to see Eminem 6 times a game. Like I don't care that much. I'm here for the game. So it's not that I hate seeing her, it's that I hate the oversaturation of her. And I don't blame her for that. I don't blame Kelsey for that. I blame nothing but NFL productions. And
Exactly.
I'm not gonna complain about it because like they're getting ratings. So obviously there's people out there that like it. So fuck it. Go get your ratings.
People are about to start throwing Taylor Swift Super Bowl parties.
Yeah, hey, fuck it.
Like that's a thing. I've been seeing it all over social media. People are gonna throw it. Do it. I don't care.
Fuck yeah, I'm in. If it pushes the sport forward, I'm in for it. So thank you, Taylor, for giving the NFL a whole new platform. It's reaching probably the only platform that it couldn't reach before, and that is your audience, because I doubt anybody that's a big Swiftie gave 2 shits about the NFL before this season.
Probably not. But back to my whole point is that I think that the reason why we don't like the Chiefs so much, like personally for me, is just because we grew up around Chiefs fans all our lives. So that's all I hear every single week. Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs this, Chiefs that, Chiefs this, and I'm sick of it, dude. Like I like Patrick Mahomes. I like Travis Kelce. I like Patrick Mahomes. I don't, but it's not really the Tom Brady effect because I was like, God damn it, I'm so tired of the fucking Patriots winning.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I wasn't tired of that at all.
What it is, man. When Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs start winning, obviously 31 other teams are going to be like, fuck, I hate this team. They're in the Super Bowl every year. Fuck them. And then you look for reasons to hate them. And then you talk about the refs and you talk about, things that get missed when it's like it happens for every team and any given Sunday. Like there are so many variables that go into every game. You have 11 players over here, 11 players over here, and then you have all the coaching staff making all sorts of different types of decisions that they based on from last week and last year, and it's just like there's so many moving parts, man. It's like riding a horse trying to shoot a fly with a bow and arrow with your eyes closed. You know what I mean? Like that. Like it's just too much going on. And when the team can consistently get it done, then you look for all these magical reasons, and then that's where all these crazy stats come in. It's like, oh well, Patrick Mahomes has won every game where he came out of the tunnel first, or whatever. When it's on a Sunday after. You know what I mean?
Hey, Dalt.
What?
Fuck you. The NFL hates my team.
No, back to what I'm trying to point out though is that like Brady, everybody hated Brady. I started to hate Brady, then I was like, you know what? Like he's fucking good. Like he's fun to watch. His last Super Bowl, I was cheering my ass off for him because I was like, dude, fucking go, Tom Brady, win your fucking 7th Super Bowl. Go out like a champ.
I'm fine with it because he did it with a different team than the Patriots, so it doesn't bring the Patriots up more.
I can see that.
I need the Cowboys to win some more Super Bowls, man, and get back on top.
All right.
Does Mahomes need to go to another team and win a Super Bowl to be on Brady's level?
No, I don't think he does. Brady didn't need to go to another team to win a Super Bowl. He could have won another Super Bowl with the Patriots, honestly, and he would have been fine. No?
I just think it takes a different level of skill to go to another team and win over that locker room. And did he do it in his first year or his second?
Yep, first year with the Bucks, he won a Super Bowl. And
I think Patrick Mahomes could do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a bunch of teams you could throw them on right now, and they go.
Here's my thing. We are so accustomed now to the Patrick Mahomes, to the Tom Brady, or sorry, not the Patrick Mahomes, to the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers, the Peyton Mannings, all these legendary quarterbacks that play until they're almost 40. Patrick Mahomes' athleticism will not last until he's 40. Like that goes away. I only see Pat. I see him as 50% of the way done with his career. Like his career's half over, in my opinion.
How old is he? He's younger than I am.
He's played 8 seasons. This will be his 8th season next year. You're telling me he gets 16 years
in
the
first season he sat on the bench. So like,
yeah,
can you
but
really
that counts as
this is his 6th season. It's not his
but that
season.
counts as a season for his age, is what I'm saying.
Wear and tear.
Yeah, he's 28. I mean, Pat's 28 years old. He still has quite a few more seasons.
So if he gets another 8 seasons, then he's 36. Like this dude is pretty much halfway done or close to it with his career.
I think this guy. I don't think Patrick Mahomes stops playing until he dies on the field. That's the kind of player I see him as.
He loves about football. Injury. He could blow out his knee like Teddy Bridgewater.
I was about to say, look at Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has never had a major injury, and he spends. If you talk to like the Netflix show showed a little bit, he spends way more than the normal quarterback on recovery, rest, body treatment, doing all that kind of stuff. Patrick Mahomes' body treatment is going hard in the gym, having his trainer push him harder and trying new things and doing new things to break his body down so that he can do crazy arm angles and do all this crazy stuff. He has a lot more wear on his body than most people would realize. And I'm telling you, that won't last till you're 40. If he keeps playing like this, it won't last till he's 40. And he's at least close to halfway done with his career. And to have a similar next 8 years as the previous 8 years would be insane. For Kansas City, Brett Veach will go down as the all-time greatest GM if he can keep teams like this around Patrick Mahomes. Because eventually, they're going to have to pay people. And they've signed Pat to a contract, but Pat has continuously pushed that money down the road for them so that they can re-sign Chris Jones to a 1-year deal, so that they can get L'Jarius Sneed on the team, so that they can sign all these offensive linemen to protect him, so that they can do all these things. So unless Patrick Mahomes is eventually just going to be like, I'm going to do the Tom Brady route and fuck all that money you promised me, I'm going to re-sign for a new deal for way less money, which I don't think will happen, they're going to have to pay him, and they will either have to be perfection in the draft and free agency, or they're going to end up with lesser teams around Patrick, and he won't win as much. Because whether we want to admit it or not, you cannot do this game alone. There's no world in which you can win Super Bowls with a crappy team around you as a quarterback. I don't care how good you are. Patrick Mahomes showed that when they lost to Tampa Bay. Whenever Tampa Bay's defensive line was swarming him all game, they couldn't win because he didn't have the players around him to win. So it is insane to me to think Patrick Mahomes is on this crazy trajectory up, right? It is everything plateaus eventually, except for Tom Brady. He's the only thing that didn't, and he plateaued in the middle. Tom Brady went here, plateau for like almost a decade, and then went up again. Because you got to remember, from 2004 to 2014, he didn't win a Super Bowl. He won 2 MVPs in that time, but he didn't win a single Super Bowl. So there was a decade in the middle where we're like, yeah, Tom Brady's great and he has a couple MVPs, but those Super Bowls, those were the defenses. He can't get it done. And then Tom Brady was like, okay, I've heard enough of this bullshit. I've won 3 Super Bowls. I've won 2 MVPs. I have to win more Super Bowls to get the credit I'm due. So he went and he won more Super Bowls. And Tom Brady's style of play, standing in the quarterback, evading within the pocket, is very good for playing when you're 40. Patrick Mahomes scrambling out, getting out of the pocket, running around, taking hits, that is not good for playing at 40. So we'll see. I'm not saying he's, going to be done in 5 years, but I definitely don't think he'll be playing in 2035. So we'll see. With that, does anybody have any closing remarks on the Super Bowl?
The American Gaming Association is projecting $23.1 billion
with a B
will be placed on the Super Bowl. They're also projecting a record-breaking 68 million people who will be placing bets.
Let's go. Round of applause for sports betting, everybody. I love that. Love that. We love it. All right. Anybody else? All right.
I'm good.
With that, that will lead us into our final segment. We will be posting a wide-eye way too early mock draft this Friday. It'll be coming out. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, we're going to end this one. We'll talk to you guys next Wednesday. We'll have the Super Bowl recap episode. We'll let you know what we thought about the game, let you know all of our thoughts, and we'll see who's right and who's wrong. So with that, we'll see you next week, guys.
Peace.